Officials are investigating vandalism and the burning of items in a historic black cemetery in Georgetown as arson.
Investigators tell us the suspected arson was carried out at the site of a beloved child's grave. News 4's Derek Ward has details on the destruction and the attack on compassion in our community.
Here lies Nanny. We don't know her last name. We don't know the circumstances of her death, only that it came early in her life.
She died a week before her 8th birthday.
Even with all the gaps in information, Lisa Fager feels connected to the little girl from Georgetown who died in 1856 and was buried here in the Mount Zion Cemetery, a burial ground for enslaved people, freedmen, and other early Georgetown residents. For the past 20 years or so, others have come to know this little girl. People have been leaving toys and trinkets and other mementos at her grave. But sometime late on Juneteenth, someone brought fire to her resting place. Fager, who works to chronicle Georgetown's black history, says it happened sometime after Juneteenth ceremonies, that she returned the next day and found the desecration.
My first reaction was just tears. And just, because you feel like you know someone.
Her grave was obviously singled out, even among the relative neglect of this cemetery compared to the upkeep and care of the adjacent Oak Hill. This deliberate desecration stands out.
Nanny was something that we celebrated, a young girl that people loved. And so to see someone desecrate her grave, that took it personal.
The life of this cemetery parallels the experience of the earliest residents of the city of Georgetown. Early on, it was a separate entity, steeped in segregation.
And as unusual as it sounds, they didn't even want the people to mix after their lives were ended.
There were likely 1,000 people buried here.
But this is a piece of our history. It is sacred to the memory of the people who were here and whose descendants still live among us to this day.
Despite the desecration, people have still been leaving things for Nanny. Some are not burned, but the charred remains speak to enduring issues, development, displacement, and racism.
When are we going to get peace? If our ancestors can't get peace in the grave, it's like death reflects life, and this space is a reflection of our treatment as African Americans.
Arson investigators with DC Fire and EMS are looking into just what happened here. In Georgetown, Derek Ward, News 4.